Nothing in it here between the top three. Now the winner of 1 year ago, Lance Armstrong, makes his depart. He started winning in the first event last year.
Well, in fact, you notice Armstrong is not wearing the yellow jersey as defending champion from last year, because this stage today, Phil, has been classified as a stage, not as a prologue. It's 16.5 kilometers long. Armstrong is out on course and he's trying to go out there and rival the times of David Miller.
Well, swinging around a bit now, and we're back here to number 57, Abraham Olano, as Jan Ullrich, the world time trial champion. There's a little bit of a nasty surprise. He's caught Marco Pantani.
Well, Pantani didn't start off very well in the prologue a couple of years ago today, and for him, the first week is trying to survive, trying not to lose too much time. The next man we're looking at here is Alex Zuller, and you can see nowadays all of these bicycles resembling what the Union Cycliste Internationale regard as bicycles. You know, though, I have to say, Phil, Ullrich is looking very strong.
He is looking very strong, and the likes of Zuller is losing seconds, not just to Ullrich, but also to David Miller, who is still the leader back at the finish. Now, one man I thought might have challenged Miller is Christophe Moreau, and he's not going to get even near, conceding more than a minute there as he comes in 24th at the moment. Now look at this. At the 8-kilometer check, Miller best through there as well, and he's still looking good. Armstrong running him close.
Well, 3 seconds at the moment. David Miller is the fastest time at the 8-kilometer time check out on the course. 6 seconds ahead of Jalabert. Ullrich now, Phil, closing in on the line.
Jan Ullrich is looking extremely good and has surprised many by how fit he really is looking now. Mr. Pork Pie, they used to call him just a couple of months ago. He's had a reasonable Tour of Switzerland where he was the race leader, but he seemed to me to let that race run away from him. But now he's home and Ullrich is in, and a good ride. 19:17 is time. The arrival of Pantani will be considerably slower.
An awful long way down, but that's not what is important for Marco Pantani. It's the rest of this Tour de France. Abraham Olano is the next man to come to the line, and he too, Phil, has faded over the last few kilometers.
Another former world time trial champion will not be happy with his opening stage of the Tour de France. The 16.5 kilometers, and that is at 19:42 for him.
Well, he really has faded over the latter part, but this man is at the moment rivaling the time of David Miller. Miller is already in with the best time so far. Another man on the start line this year, Michele Bartoli. Good ride by him, Phil, inside the top 15.
New champion of Italy, by the way, just won his title just on a week ago. As we're now looking at the legs here of Lance Armstrong, and he is running very, very close to Miller's time now. And realistically, Paul, this man is the only rider now who can stop Miller winning, because here's the arrival of Alex Zuller. And for a man who has won the prologue time trial in the past, which this is a little bit further, of course, it's not a great ride for Zuller, but he comes in 4th just now.
Losing 20 seconds on David Miller's time, but this is the last man who can beat him. Lance Armstrong has posted great times out on the course, Phil, coming up to the line. That is the time to beat. And in fact, at the 13-kilometer time check, they're saying Armstrong was ahead.
This has come to a sprint to the line here, and Lance Armstrong could well be doing the ride of his life to win the first stage and take the race leader's yellow jersey. It is all on this finish here as he comes up the straight in Futuroscope, but it's going to be desperately close now. There's the leading time of Miller. It survived all day as Armstrong 1 second down and a few kilometers to go. Is he going to build on that, or is he going to slow down? And he isn't going to do it, Paul. David Miller has won, and Lance Armstrong will finish second.
Well, that is amazing. Over the last few kilometers, Armstrong slowed, and it would allow David Miller, the early starter, to take out the victory by a mere 2 seconds over the defending champion.
Well, the big pumping legs of the defending Tour champion Lance Armstrong, his form definitely coming good at the Dauphiné, as he now looks forward to 3 weeks on the road in the Tour de France. But he must be a little bit surprised by the ride of the British rider from Cofidis, David Miller, one of the youngest riders in the race, and coming to the first Tour de France, and he gets the victory over Lance Armstrong. Still, there's no doubt that Armstrong has laid down the gauntlet here for others to see. Look at this now. It's a good start for your defence. Just 2 seconds off the win. Jalabert taking 3rd place. But in his first Tour de France, David Miller has done what Chris Boardman has done in the past and pull on the leader's yellow jersey. So this was a superb ride by David Miller, the first leader of the Tour de France. A powerhouse all of the way as he thumped around quite a difficult course here at the theme park of Futuroscope.